Well, hello. Today is Tuesday, February 26th, and I thought I was going to share some points that I've picked up on the internet. Once again, I'm determined to do well for the next couple months. I'm really putting my mind to it. So I found this article that says 14 mistakes that prevent weight loss. I've looked at my tracker book, and for the 2 months, I've lost about 4 pounds. So in almost 8 weeks, it's like a half a pound a week, which is good in the sense that I lost a half a pound a week on average. But my goal this year was to lose a pound a week, so I'm a little bit behind on my goal, but I can make it up. I sure can. But we all know, we all make mistakes. That's just part of that's just part of being a human, is to make mistakes, and you have to learn from your mistakes. They always say you can't teach an old dog new tricks. I think you can with a little bit of effort. And I'm an old dog, and I think I'm worth a little bit of effort that I need to push me over that little edge to get me going. I am so determined this year. This is like my beginning year. I joined December 31st, 2016, and it's here 2 years, 3 years later, no, 2 years later, because it really, that was the last day of 2016, but 2 years later, and I'm still going strong. I'm not reached my goal, but it hasn't stopped me from trying to get there. In the past, I would have given up by now. So I give myself full credit that I haven't given up. But there's 14 mistakes that prevent us from weight loss, and the number one is extreme dieting. I have tried that in the past. After I had my son Jimmy, I was determined that I was going to lose weight. So for breakfast, I ate a bowl of Cheerios with a banana, and for dinner I had a can of tomato soup. That's all I had, every day. I gained 24 pounds with Jimmy. He weighed 10 pounds, and so I had an extra like 15, 20 pounds when I came home from the hospital. And back then, I was 21, I could lose 20 pounds in probably a month and a half. So probably for 6 weeks I followed that plan, diet. It really was a diet, and it helped me get the weight off at the time, but I steadily put it back on because it just wasn't the right way to do it. That's what I like about freestyle. It is the right way to do it. I did lose better on smart points, if I'm going to be honest. I did lose better with the smart points, but I just feel that it's not so much a diet on the freestyle, whereas in the smart points, as much as I was losing and how well I was feeling, I always did get the impression I still was on a diet. With the freestyle, I don't feel like I'm on a diet, which probably shows in the fact that I haven't lost a lot of weight on freestyle, but I've lost weight. That's the point. Number two is swearing off treats or foods for goal, just so you can reach your goal. You don't want to swear off any kind of treat or any kind of food that you like for the rest of your life. Is this the way you're going to eat the rest of your life? And if it's to prevent yourself from eating anything that you like, whether it's pizza or going and get a good greasy burger, or having a donut, or having cookies or cake when you go out to celebrate, when you go to a wedding, really enjoying the food. If this is the way you want to live the rest of your life, then go for it. That is not the way I want to live the rest of my life. I want to incorporate foods that I like into my everyday diet. And I don't mean diet like a diet plan. I mean diet as far as the way I eat. And I think that I do celebrate birthdays, and I do go out to eat, and I eat what I want. I don't eat off of the healthy choice menu when I go out to eat. That probably would be the smarter choice, but that's not the way I'm going to live the rest of my life. So I have to learn to make balances in the day to accommodate the food choices that I'm going to make when I go out to eat. And I don't eat out as much as I used to, so I got that going in my favor. Number three is eating too much sugar or processed foods. What you really need to do is check the labels, because a lot of foods that you don't think has got sugars on it, they have a lot of sugars. I was shopping with Denise yesterday. Denise is my sister, for anybody that doesn't know that from my that's new to my channel. We were shopping, and her 2 kids, she has 2 teenagers, she has a boy and a girl, and they get to pick 1 box of sugar-coated cereal that they want, and then they have like the family choices, which is like the Cheerios and the Wheaties and the Rice Krispies and that sort. But Josh had picked some kind of Honeycrisp cereal or honeycomb cereal or something, And Denise was looking at the sugars, and it was like, oh my gosh, it's so much sugars. So just for fun, for chits and giggles, as they say, she checked the Cheerios box. Cheerios has sugar in it. I mean, we knew that, but you know, like, you're surprised because you think Cheerios is the healthier food. So you got to really check and make sure on your sugars. And obviously, processed food is going to have a lot of ingredients that you've never even heard of. And if you can't pronounce it, do you really want to put it in your body, is my thought. And I didn't think that way before, but I am starting to think that way now. Number 4 is not keeping track. I started this past weekend keeping track, and it really did change my way of my food choices. It really did. You don't have to always write down, well, you should. Let me put it, you should write down what you want, but I was getting consumed with the fact that I was writing everything down. You don't want it to become a process. You just want it to become part of your daily life. So even if you just have to take a mental note of what you're eating and keep track of it, like if you eat your breakfast, remember, well, you know, I had bacon, eggs, and toast. Then when you have lunch, when you're preparing lunch, think, what did I have for breakfast? That's right, I had bacon, eggs, and toast. The bacon's kind of high in salt. I'm going to have to pick something a little less sodium for lunch. And just do it that way. I find it better just to keep it on your in a paper, but if you have an app on your phone, you can keep track on your phone. There are so many different apps out there that you can use and help you along with that. Number 5 is not planning ahead. I am going out tonight to a restaurant. It's a bar, and but I don't drink, so I don't have to worry about liquor. But I'm going to check the menu ahead of time. I am going to plan what I'm going to have, and I know it's going to be high in points, so I'm going to try to adjust my points earlier in the day to kind of accommodate it, and plan for the rest of the week to make accommodations for the fact that I'm going to eat what I want to eat today. It's still going to be a lot of calories today, and I just have to balance it out for the rest of the week. My weigh-in day is on Saturday. I think I can get rid of it by then. I don't weigh myself, but on Saturdays at the Weight Watchers meeting, because your weight fluctuates every day, and sometimes that's kind of detrimental to you. I did a challenge with Weight Watchers with Carrie and Gina Pearson back in October where we daily weighed, and that was a very hard month for me. I really struggled that month because the scale really does define me. The scale shouldn't define you, but if I'm going to be honest, the scale does define me. Number 6 is too much protein or not enough. Now, who would have thought, you know, like protein, everybody hears that protein is so good for you. And what they mean is to get too much protein is if you're substituting protein for fruits and vegetables and healthy fats, some carbohydrates, you need to have a balance of everything in your diet. So, and protein helps you feel fuller, so you want to get enough protein. That's why they say if you don't get enough. I try to have some protein at every meal. I only eat 2 meals, so I want to really load up on my protein on those 2 meals. But I've started a new thing this week or last week actually, that I have 1 day of fruit and 1 day of vegetables. And it does seem to be helping me. And I do have a protein along with my fruit, or I have a protein along with my vegetables. Number 7 is compensating for eating by exercising too much. We all need that little bit of exercise every single day. You should at least get 30 minutes, but sometimes you only get 15, that's fine. If you only get 15 minutes, it's better than no minutes. So you want to get that in. And really, do you want to really like run for 5 miles just so you can eat that donut? It's just not worth it. But if you want to run that 5 miles because you really get enjoyment out of it and you want the benefits for your body, then it's a good thing. Number 8 is keeping it to yourself. Sometimes it's better to let people know that you're doing a plan. I have no problem with the Weight Watcher Freestyle plan or the WW Freestyle plan, because I just tell people I can eat what I want. You know, my family doesn't say, oh, is that on your diet? Because they know I can eat whatever I want. And I myself on Saturdays text my sisters and my daughter to let them know how much I lost. And I do tell them when I gain, but in the gym always ask me when I get home, because you need a little cheering section. You really do need a little bit of a cheering section. Number 9 is not eating enough. Sometimes you think, oh, if I just skip a meal, I'll be fine. I'll lose some weight by skipping a meal. Skipping a meal is not good because your sugars are balanced on the meal. Now, I know I only eat 2 meals, which I think somebody has said is intermediate fasting. It works for me. That's all I know. It works for me. But I eat enough. If you've ever seen my plates, I eat enough. You don't have to worry about me starving. Number 10 is having a cheat day. I tend to have Sundays as a cheat day, and now I'm realizing that that's not good. This is the first week that I'm able to have like snacks in between. If I want to have a donut, I figure it into my points, I can have a donut. Usually I go crazy on Sunday. I eat all my daily points, I eat all my weekly points, and then the rest of the week I have to make up for that day. It's just not worth it. It's just really not worth it. It's better to balance it out during the week. Number 11, this is for you, Anita, over at Chit Chat Paddywhack. Not drinking enough water. I drink a lot of water. I start my day off drinking at least 50 ounces of water before I've even had my first meal. I drink 16 ounces of water at every meal, and then I drink probably 32 ounces of water during the night while I'm watching television. I get a lot of water. It helps you move, if you know what I mean, and it makes your skin so much better. I don't use any kind of creams or lotions or anything like that. I just get enough hydration for the water, or else I'm just blessed with really nice skin because I don't have dry skin. I have a little bit of rosacea or rosema or whatever it's called. Sometimes my cheeks will blotch out on me, but that's just hereditary, so I don't have to worry about that. Number 12 is not eating enough vegetables. I find that when I eat more vegetables, I lose more weight, and it just helps me. It just makes me feel better. It makes you feel fuller, and they do keep you fuller longer. Number 13, I don't have to worry about, is skipping dinner for cocktails. I don't drink, so I don't have to worry about that. But look up your points on like a margarita or a glass of wine. You'd be surprised how many points just that one simple thing is. And the last thing is eating diet foods. You might think that if you're eating a diet food, it's good for you, but it really isn't, because if you check the label on your diet foods, they have extra chemicals, they have extra salt and extra sugar. You're not giving your body the proper nutrition that it needs, and it just doesn't work. I mean, there's so many healthy foods out there that are low in calories that you don't really have to spend the money, which it costs extra money for the diet foods too, and it's just better for you. So those are my tips for you to figure out 14 reasons why you're not losing weight. If you like the video, please share it with somebody, let them see it. If you're new to my channel, please subscribe, leave a comment, and give it a like. So I will talk to you guys on my daily vlog.